Hi, welcome back to another car conversation. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. As always, my weekend was great. And if you know me, then you know I try to do as little as possible. Why, you might ask? Well, because I work hard during the week. Even though I'm working from home, I still work hard. So when the weekend rolls around, number one, I'm not trying to be out and about with a whole bunch of people anyhow, but I just want to relax. So today's topic is: what controls your mind controls your life. Did y'all know that? Let me say that one more time. What controls your mind controls your life. So when you see people acting a certain way and you're wondering what's gotten into them, I want you to think about that. What controls their mind is what is controlling their life. And a lot of times they're acting out because of what's going on up here. So, number one, when you start having bad thoughts, I need you to immediately stop what you're doing and ask yourself, why are you thinking about this? Why did that thought enter your mind? What's going on? You have to nip it in the bud immediately. Don't think twice. Don't even think of the next sentence. Immediately cut it short and say, Michelle, wait a minute, or whatever your name may be. What's going on? Why are you even thinking about that? Number two, journal. If you know me, then you know I am really, really big on journaling. I love writing. Well, I'm a writer anyway, but I love to journal. And so when negative thoughts into your mind, that's a good time to write down what you are thinking and why you're thinking it. Doing this will allow you to calm down and get perspective. See, I don't know about you all, but I process things a whole lot better when I write them down. Yes, it's going on up in here, but when I can write it down and look at it, for some reason I just process things a whole lot better, and I can get better perspective on why these thoughts are coming to my mind. Like one day I was watching a movie, I don't even recall what movie it was, and I happened to think about an ex, and I just became so angry and so furious that I could have punched a hole in the wall behind me. And then that little voice said, Michelle, stop. What even put him on your mind? You know what I mean? I had to really stop and think about why I guess it was something I saw in the movie just made me think about him. But anyway, number three, stop reliving old painful memories. I need you guys to really work on that, because too many times we stop and we think about old and painful memories, and we've got to stop doing that. I know people right now today that have a hard time moving on because somebody hurt them in their past. And that's sad to me. That is so sad, because this is a beautiful world we live in, and there are some beautiful people in this world. I'm not talking about just outwardly beautiful, but just beautiful on the inside. And they have so much to give and so much to offer, but you will never be able to get that because you're so closed up. Y'all remember what I told you before about when you walk around with your hands clasped together? You can't get that which God has for you because you have no room to receive it. But when you open up your hands and you allow good things to come to you, you can receive so much more. Let me stop before I break out into a preach. So we talked about stop reliving old painful memories. Okay, so you had a failed relationship. What did you learn from it? So instead of sitting around woe is me and talking about, oh my God, I'm never gonna find anybody like her again or like him again. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. But I need you to find out, what did you learn from that failed relationship? If you had a failed business, you had a business, it just didn't work out. What did you learn from it? Don't start beating yourself down. Figure out, what did you learn from it? What could you have done differently so that when you start that next business, you won't make the same mistakes? You had a painful memory. What did you learn from that memory? Whatever that memory may be, what did you learn from that? Okay? And there's naysayers in your life. What do you learn from them? What do you learn from what did you learn, or what are you learning from what they're saying? Okay, these are all things, and if you start to journal, you can put all these things in perspective. See, I'm always of the belief that when things don't work out, instead of, and I had to get to a place where I could do this now, let me say that, because I didn't always feel that way, but I can look and say, you know what, okay, this didn't work out. Number one, let me see, what part did I play in it? What could I have done differently? Okay, and then I stop and I look at what I learned from that. Because everything that you've gone through in your life up to the point that where you are now, I promise you, has shaped you to become the person that you are, good, bad, or indifferent. That's why you have to figure out what you learn from stuff and stop being bitter. Let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'm gonna let you be. So today's topics, it was simply this: what controls your mind controls your life. And I honestly do believe that. So number one, I talked about when you start to have bad thoughts, stop immediately, like right then and there. Do not finish that thought. Do not pass go, none of that. You stop right then and there and ask yourself why that thought even entered your mind. What's going on with you that made you even think about that? Number two, I talked about journaling. Again, I am a writer and a published author, as a matter of fact, but I love to write. And so whenever things are just not clicking or they're not clear for me, I love to write, because writing things down allows you, number one, to calm down, and it allows you to get perspective on what is going on in your life at that moment. Number three, stop reliving old painful memories. We have to stop doing that. Again, if that relationship didn't work out, now I'm gonna say this: I think when relationships don't work out, a lot of times we all play a part in that. We like to point the finger. Oh no, they didn't do this, or they did that, or they did the other. Yeah, they probably did, but we all play a part whenever relationships don't work out. So look at the part that you played, and then look at what you learned from that relationship not working, because hopefully you learned something. Okay, you had a failed business. Don't wash your hands and say, I'm never gonna have another business. No, you figure out what went right with that business, what went wrong, so now that you can go back to the drawing board and say, okay, I'm gonna start another business. This time I'm not going to do the things that are in the what went wrong column. I'm going to focus more on this column of things that did go right. And then I talked about you have painful memories. What did you learn from those memories? What did they teach you? What did they teach you about you? What did they teach you about that individual? What did they teach you about life in general? And then lastly, the naysayers. Because guess what? There's always going to be naysayers. Now, whether you listen to them or not is up to you, because, again, you have a choice. But when those naysayers are talking bad about you, telling you what you can't do, take note of what it is they're saying, and then figure out, what did you learn from what they just said? See, because if you're a naysayer and you tell me that I can't do something, honey, I'm going to work myself silly proving to you that I can do it. Because you will never get to sit and tell me what I can't do. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable for me, and it should never, ever be acceptable for you. Somebody tell you can't do something, you work your tail off to prove them wrong. Okay? It's making me a little heated, so I'm going to move on. That's all I have, you guys. And as always, please, please, please make sure you check out the description box, because I do have a link in there for Circle of Champions, and I need you guys to go to that link, sign up for a Thursday class. It is absolutely free. It costs you nothing but about an hour and 30 minutes of your time. And you will get so much out of that. You're going to say, good grief. An hour and 30 minutes, I got all of this stuff and it didn't cost me anything, and I can come back next Thursday and watch again. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, if you're not coming to the Thursday calls, you are missing out on a ton of stuff. Okay, so make sure you come on out. The link is in the description box. You can reach out to Bob if you want to. You can reach out to me. Let me know you're interested, and I'll pass that information on. But I just need you guys to come out and be a part of a great organization and a great opportunity. Again, thank you so much to my new subscribers. I thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. You guys know the drill. I love you so much, and I couldn't do what I do without you. Because, oftentimes I tell people, in fact, I was telling somebody not too long ago, when I do my YouTube videos, it's not about me. Now, do I get something out of it? Of course I do, because every now and then I have to go back and look at a video I did, and even though that video, when I made it, wasn't about me or for me, that video is helping me in that particular time. But what I do for you guys. So anytime you have a topic that you want me to talk about, other than, as I mentioned before, cooking and sex, because I'm nobody's chef, I do have videos on my channel. Y'all make sure you check out my playlist too, because I have quite a few videos on here. But I do have videos where I am cooking, and I give my disclaimer that I am not a chef. I'm a self-appointed chef, okay? Chef Michelle, to be exact, but I really cannot cook at all. And I have no desire to even learn how, because I'm good, all right? I eat well. If you ever see me, then you know I eat well. But I like to I can call myself what I want to. Okay, but we're not going to talk about food because, again, I don't cook and I'm not a sex therapist, so we're not going to talk about sex. We might can delve into relationships a little bit, but other than that, if there's a topic you want me to talk about, something you're going through, reach out to me and let me know, and I will do my best to make that happen for you. As always, I will never, ever, ever, unless you say it's okay to do so, I will never, ever share that you're the one that asked me to talk about this. As a matter of fact, I wrote down yesterday that I am going to do a video in the very near future, because if you know me, then you already have my topics planned out, but I could always do that as a random video. But someone asked me to talk about honoring your mother and father, and I kind of did that a little bit, but this was specifically because, as you know, we just had Father's Day, which for me was a double day of happiness, because not only was it Father's Day, but it was my brother's birthday. And this a good friend of mine had expressed how he was upset that his daughter had gone out the night before, got a little fun on, as young people do, and didn't come to see him on Father's Day. So he was a little upset about that. And of course the daughter apologized, but he's still in his feelings. I said, honey, you have every right to be in your feelings. You can stay there as long as you want to. As long as you love that child of yours and you know that you will still walk to the end of the earth for her. If you want to be mad, you be mad. So I told him, I said, I'll do a video about that, just because I think that's a subject that we don't talk about often, and not to get too much into it, but just to kind of give you a little heads up of what I'm going to be talking about. I'm just going to be talking about, if you are blessed, such as I am, to still have your parents living, your siblings living, family members in general, friends in general, I think it is so important that we make sure that we spend time with them, because life is so short. Do you realize that just today, there are people that went to bed last night but didn't wake up this morning? Life is so short. So if you still have, especially your mothers and your fathers and your grandmothers and cousins, family members in general, but specifically mothers and fathers, if you still have them living, I need you all to make sure you're spending time with them, because you are truly, truly blessed. So like I said, I will do a random car conversation talking about that. But again, if you have a topic you want me to talk about, please let me know. And unless you tell me that you don't mind me mentioning your name, I will never, ever mention your name. Okay, so that's all I have, you guys. I love you all to the moon and back. There's nothing you can do about it. Always remember that I'm going to love you when nobody else even likes you. Till next time, take care.